Let me start with a question that might make you uncomfortable. Why do so many beginner riders crash after they think they've figured riding out? Not on day one, not on the first ride, but weeks, sometimes months later. They've already survived the scary part. They've already stopped stalling the bike. They've already told friends, yeah, I'm getting the hang of it. And then something goes wrong. A close call, a drop, a crash they didn't see coming. That's not bad luck. That's beginner mistakes hiding in plain sight. I'm Matthew from Autozium, and today we're talking about the top 8 beginner rider mistakes to avoid in 2026. These are mistakes new riders still make because nobody points them out early enough. And here's why this matters. Most beginner crashes don't happen because riders are reckless. They happen because riders feel just confident enough to stop being careful, but not skilled enough to handle real problems. That gap is where trouble lives. Pay close attention as we go through this, because mistake number 6 is the one that quietly ruins confidence for most new riders without them realizing it. And mistake number 7 is the reason many riders panic when they don't need to. But before we get there, we need to start with the foundation. Mistake number 1, trusting cars to see you. This mistake feels harmless at first. You signal, you're in the lane, you're following the rules, so you assume cars see you. They don't. Not because drivers hate motorcycles, not because they're trying to be dangerous, but because most drivers are distracted, rushed, or mentally checked out. Phones, screens, conversations, stress. Cars are big, loud, familiar. Motorcycles are small, quiet, and easy to miss. And here's the part most beginners don't realize. A driver can look right at you and still pull out in front of you. It happens every day. Not because they're blind, but because their brain is scanning for cars, not bikes. This is why so many new riders say things like, I don't get it. They looked right at me. That's the trap. Seeing is not the same as registering. Beginner riders often trust signals too much. They trust turn signals. They trust right of way. They trust eye contact. And that trust slowly lowers their guard. At first, beginners ride very defensive. They're alert. They're cautious. But after a few weeks, something changes. Nothing bad happens, so they relax. That's when mistakes creep in. They stop covering the brakes. They stop checking escape routes. They stop assuming the worst. And the road punishes assumptions. Here's the rule that experienced riders learn the hard way. Ride like you're invisible. Not scared, not angry, prepared. When you ride like you're invisible, you position yourself better. You leave more space. You expect sudden moves. You don't freeze when a car does something stupid because you already expected it. This one habit alone prevents more crashes than any piece of gear, and it connects directly to the next mistake. Mistake number 2, riding too close to cars. New riders often ride too close without realizing it. Why? Because being close feels safer. You feel connected to traffic. You feel like you're part of the flow. You feel less exposed. But close following distance is one of the most dangerous habits a beginner can build. Here's why. Less space means less time. Less time means rushed decisions. Rushed decisions lead to panic. When a car brakes suddenly and you're too close, your options disappear. You can't slow smoothly. You can't change lanes calmly. You can't think. You react. And reactions are sloppy. This is where beginners grab brakes too hard. This is where they lock up. This is where they freeze. Experienced riders create space on purpose, not because they're slow, because space buys time. Time lets you stay calm. Time lets you see problems early. Time lets you choose instead of react. New riders often think they'll just brake harder if something happens. But braking hard is a skill. It takes practice. And even good braking needs distance. The other issue with riding too close is visibility. If you're tucked right behind a car, you can't see what's ahead. You don't see brake lights 2 cars up. You don't see road hazards early. You're riding blind, and when something unexpected appears, it feels sudden even if it wasn't. Space fixes that. Now here's where things start to connect. When beginners ride too close, they feel pressured. When they feel pressured, they tense up. When they tense up, their vision narrows, which leads straight into mistake number 3. Mistake number 3, fixating on what scares you. This mistake is quiet. It doesn't feel like a mistake, but it's one of the most powerful forces on a motorcycle. New riders stare at danger, a curb, a car, a pothole, the edge of the road. They don't mean to. Their eyes just lock on, and the bike follows. This is not theory. This is how the human brain works. Where you look is where your body goes. When beginners feel nervous, they stop scanning. They stop looking ahead. They stare at the thing they don't want to hit, and the bike drifts toward it. That's how riders run wide in corners. That's how they clip curbs. That's how they drift into other lanes. The worst part? It happens fast. 1 second of fixation is enough. This is why beginners often say, I don't know why the bike went there. They weren't steering wrong, they were looking wrong. And here's the loop that traps riders. They feel nervous, they stare at danger. The bike feels unstable. They get more nervous. It feeds itself. This mistake becomes even worse when combined with the next one. Mistake number 4, braking late. Late braking feels strong. It feels skilled. It feels confident. Until it isn't. Many beginners wait too long to slow down. They approach corners thinking, I'll just brake if I need to. They rush red lights. They enter turns a little hot, and then everything feels hurried. Late braking doesn't leave room for thinking. It forces fast decisions. When braking happens late, riders tense up. When riders tense up, their arms lock. When arms lock, the bike resists turning. Now add fixation into that mix. The rider brakes late. The bike feels unstable. They stare at the wrong thing. The turn tightens. This is how simple corners become scary. Early braking changes everything. When you slow down early, your body relaxes. Your vision opens up. The bike feels settled. Calm riding starts before the corner, not in it. Beginners often think they need to improve cornering by leaning more, but most corner problems come from entry speed. Fix the entry, and the corner fixes itself. And here's what most riders don't realize yet. Mistakes 1 through 4 don't cause crashes on their own. They create pressure. And pressure is what triggers the next set of mistakes, the ones that happen inside your body. That's where confidence starts to crack. That's where riding stops feeling fun. Now we're moving into the mistakes that don't just cause close calls. They change how riding feels. These are the mistakes that turn riding tense. The mistakes that make people say, I don't know why I don't feel confident anymore. Let's continue. Mistake number 5, skipping slow speed practice. This is one of the most common beginner mistakes and one of the most expensive. Most new riders love riding fast enough to feel smooth. At speed, the bike feels stable, the wobble disappears, everything feels easier. So beginners naturally avoid slow riding. They avoid parking lots, they avoid U-turns, they avoid tight spaces. They tell themselves, I'll get to that later. But later never comes. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear. If slow riding feels bad, fast riding is lying to you. Slow speed exposes everything. Your clutch control, your balance, your throttle control, your vision. And because it feels awkward, beginners skip it. This leads to a dangerous gap. They can cruise just fine, but traffic stresses them out. Parking lots feel scary. U-turns cause panic, and that panic shows up when they least expect it. Most beginner drops don't happen on highways. They happen at stoplights, parking lots, gas stations, driveways. Low speed, low drama, high embarrassment. But more importantly, high confidence damage. Once a rider drops a bike at low speed, something changes. They stop trusting themselves. They tense up more. They avoid situations. They ride less. And all of that started because they skipped slow speed work. Slow riding isn't a beginner phase you graduate from. It's a skill you keep sharpening. 5 to 10 minutes of slow practice builds more control than hours of casual riding. And control is the foundation of confidence, which leads directly into the next mistake. Mistake number 6, using the clutch like a switch. This is the one I warned you about earlier. This is the mistake that quietly ruins confidence for most new riders, without them realizing it. Most beginners are taught one thing about the clutch: pull it in, let it out, move on. That works just enough to pass basic riding, but it doesn't teach control. On a motorcycle, the clutch is not just for starting and stopping. It's a control tool. When beginners fully release the clutch too early, the bike becomes jumpy. Small throttle changes turn into big movements. The bike feels twitchy. Slow speed feels unstable. So what do beginners do? They blame themselves. They think, I'm not smooth. I'm bad at slow riding. This bike feels too heavy. But the problem isn't strength or confidence. It's clutch use. At low speed, the clutch should stay involved, not slipping aggressively, not abused, just used. Here's what most beginners don't hear. At slow speed, throttle sets power, clutch controls speed. When beginners ignore the clutch, they rely on throttle alone. That makes the bike surge, and when the bike surges, riders tense up. They grip harder, they stiffen their arms, they stop breathing, which creates the next mistake. But before we go there, understand this. The clutch gives you forgiveness. If the bike feels rushed, you ease it in. If the bike feels unstable, you adjust smoothly. If something unexpected happens, you buy time. When beginners don't use the clutch properly, they lose that safety net. The bike feels unpredictable, and unpredictable machines scare people. Which brings us to mistake number 7. Mistake number 7, tensing the body. This one sneaks up on riders. They don't realize they're doing it. New riders grip the bars tight. They lock their elbows. They raise their shoulders. They hold their breath. Why? Because they're trying to control everything. But motorcycles don't work that way. The bike needs to move slightly under you. It needs small corrections. It needs freedom. Tension blocks that. When arms are stiff, the bike feels heavy. When hands squeeze too hard, steering becomes slow. When the body is tight, every movement feels bigger than it is. And here's the cruel part. Tension feels like control. Beginners think gripping harder makes them safer. It doesn't. It makes the bike fight you. This is why some beginners say, the bike doesn't want to turn. It feels unstable. It feels like I'm wrestling it. They're not steering wrong. They're tense. Now look at how the loop forms. The bike feels jumpy because of clutch misuse. The rider tightens up. Tension makes steering worse. The rider gets more nervous. This is how confidence erodes quietly, not from one big mistake, but from many small ones feeding each other. Relaxed riding is not lazy riding. It's controlled riding. Light hands, loose arms, steady breathing. When the body relaxes, the bike settles. And when the bike settles, confidence returns. But there's one last mistake that keeps beginners stuck longer than any other. Mistake number 8. Thinking confidence comes with time. This is the most dangerous belief beginners carry. They think, I just need more miles. I'll feel better eventually. It'll click one day. Time alone doesn't fix habits. You can ride for years and still feel tense. You can ride for decades and still panic in traffic. Confidence does not come from time. It comes from control. Every confident rider you see built confidence by fixing specific weaknesses. They didn't just wait. They practiced slow riding. They learned clutch control. They relaxed their body. They created space. They improved vision. Confidence grows when your brain trusts your skills, and your brain only trusts what you practice correctly. This is why some riders feel confident in months, and others feel unsure after years. One is building control. The other is repeating habits. So here's the full picture. Beginner riders don't crash because they're careless. They crash because they trust cars too much. They ride too close. They stare at danger. They brake late. They skip slow practice. They misuse the clutch. They tense their body. They wait for confidence instead of building it. Each mistake feeds the next. But here's the good news. You don't need to fix everything at once. You just need awareness. Once you see these habits, you can change them. And when you change them early, something powerful happens. Riding stops feeling rushed. The bike stops feeling heavy. Your reactions smooth out. Your confidence becomes calm instead of fragile. That's the goal. Not speed, not ego, not proving anything. Calm control. So if you're a beginner, remember this. Being new isn't the problem. Staying stuck is. Fix the habits early, and riding becomes easier, safer, and more enjoyable than you ever expected. Ride patient, ride aware, and I'll see you in the next one.